business, so we have anxiety separation issues,
Yeah.
so we'll stand together. Just to say before we start, you want to click to the first slide. If you want to keep us happy, we don't own the rights to these images, so no one can sue us afterwards. That's the first disclaimer. And the second thing is that we're going to sort of talk about our journey for going through a process of happiness, in that we started a business and are now starting a campaign, so it's slightly different. Both of us have always been glass full people, not half full, always full. And I think for me personally, that has been more of a rebellious streak. So I hate things like rush hour, so I decided I'll never travel at rush hour. I refuse to stand under someone's armpit. I decided that I didn't like my hair one day, so I decided I'd shave it off for a little while. So it was whatever made me happy, I would explore it and go through that process. And when I met Hannah, it was definitely kind of thinking about how we could take that forward so that we were happy every single day. And I can honestly say I'm actually in love with what we're doing right now.
I'm the kind of, I'll stand back, sorry. I'm the kind of yin to Natalie's yang, in that I went quite a traditional route. Rather than Natalie, who's got much more of an entrepreneurial background, my background was kind of quite corporate, worked for management consultancies, research agencies. I was kind of the excessive consumer that we've heard a lot about. So working very hard, buying a lot of stuff I didn't really need, and really just kind of waking up one day and just feeling pretty miserable and thinking there's got to be more to life than this. So Natalie and I had a moment of inspired direction. We met at an organisation, a charity called Enterprise UK, which really helps to promote enterprise and entrepreneurship in the UK. And I think we both got the bug there, really, or you already had it, but I certainly got the bug. And we spent lots and lots of days, evenings, lunch hours, meetings during the day, talking about our kind of ambitions, our dreams, what we wanted from life. And realised that we really wanted the same things. You know, we wanted to be happy in our work life, we wanted to be happy in our home life, and they didn't really have to be mutually exclusive and separate. Whereas I think before I'd always sort of seen, you know, the weekend as the thing to live for. Actually, you know, if you can do what you love, and I think as the quote was saying before, you know, that's what, you know, enables you to be the best person you possibly can be. So one particularly memorable lunchtime, you know, it was kind of a horrible January day and the winter felt like it had gone on forever, and we went for a lunch and talked about what we wanted to do and decided, actually, let's make this happen. So we decided to set up a very good company. We left our jobs in autumn of last year, and we've been working on it full-time ever since.
Just to say that a very good company, we're not saying we're a very good company. The company is actually called a very good company.
Yes, sorry.
So we're both. We're a very good company called a very good company.
So that's where we got to. And that was, really starting to work on that full-time in October, but Natalie will tell you a little bit more about us.
So I guess what we've spoken about now is sort of the selfish, altruistic side of what we were doing, and us thinking about needing to be happy. We also knew that we wanted other people to be happy. We wanted other people to get off the train, you know, if they were standing under someone's armpit. We wanted other people to experience, I guess, the joy of life and realising that you don't have to live for the weekend. Monday morning shouldn't be, why do I have this Monday morning feeling? So a very good company was born out of that idea, and we wanted to create a business that inspired people to feel good, do good, and live good. Really simple. When we're speaking to businesses, they're a bit like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of like,
how do you measure it? Similar question.
Feeling good, and they're a bit like, yes, and. But that's really where it all started, and from there we moved into, I guess, making it more business-like. So. We call ourselves a social innovation company. We work with people, businesses, and communities to action good solutions. So typically that could be corporate responsibility, it could be research and evaluation for programs, so things like social impact assessment or social return on investment. And while we enjoy it, it's not the fun, meaty side of good and doing good that we kind of got into this for. So
we decided we've got to do more than just consultancy, so A Good Week was born. And actually, A Good Week has always been in the background. In fact, it was one of the first things that we talked about when we were having over those lunches and drinks and so on. And I think what Natalie and I both felt was, we led busy lives, we wanted to do more good, we wanted to feel happier, but we weren't really quite sure of where to start. And we wanted to kind of create a platform to showcase all of the brilliant, brilliant things that we've heard a lot about today that are going on in a way that made it more accessible, enabled people to talk about it a bit more, and to get kind of into the agenda and start to sort of think about ways in which they could feel good, do good, and live good in their lives. And the same goes for businesses as well. We wanted to create lots of the people that come to us for consultancy are people that already are, engaged in the agenda. Actually, we wanted to introduce it to people that had never really thought about why they needed to make their employees feel happier or how they could make a bigger impact on their local community. So we decided to set up a good week, which is running from the 20th to the 26th of June this year. It's the first year of a good week. It will be a global celebration of all the good things that are happening in the world. So we're working with lots of different organisations that Natalie will tell us about in a minute. But really, it's a kind of collaborative event to showcase lots of good things that are happening, whether that's health and well-being, environment, the happiness agenda, but really trying to sort of encourage people to be quite creative and innovative in the different activities that they get involved in. The website's up live today. It's a holding page, but there's a bit of information on there. And over the next few months, we'll be adding information to that about how you can get involved in some of the great activities that will be going on around that. So we're setting the date and bringing the cake. So as I say, it's really about enabling different organisations to look at what they can develop, as well as we will also be hosting some sort of larger showcase events. One thing that we're looking at doing is launching a market stall with lots of small ethical fashion businesses in London. We're looking at doing a speed networking event for organisations that are in the sector and want to perhaps meet people and create new innovative solutions. And we'll be releasing a report as well. So in terms of success, ultimately all we want is just more good in the world, more happy people, more smiling people. We want businesses to really think more carefully about what it is that they're doing and to think about the impact that they're having on their local community, on the environment, and the impact that they have as employers really on their staff and making sure that their employees are happy. In the longer term, it's 1 million people around the world engaging by 2013. But in the short term, we'll be looking at metrics to kind of look at how many people are talking about good and different sort of levels of involvement for this particular year.
So, as Hannah said, we're not doing this alone. Obviously, to get a global celebration of anything happening, you need partners. So we've been spending the last couple of months meeting people, talking to different organisations about the things that they do, finding out what they're actually already doing during the week to see where there can be collaboration, just maybe in terms of key messaging, but also just engaging people on social media. So some of the fabulous partners we have on board already are the School of Life, who've created a programme around good for the week. The Give and Gain Day programme at Business and the Community also happens during that week. So we've got a theme day called A Good Day at Work, and we'll be working with businesses to look at how they can give their employees an opportunity to volunteer and do more. Unlimited, the Foundation for Social Entrepreneurs, are also on board, and we're looking at giving away pots of money for people to actually experience and do some good in a project or just take an idea forward. And again, there'll be more information on the website, but it's not just us thinking we can sort of run away and change the world, which some days we do think. But it's definitely a collaborative celebration. If people are sitting there thinking, well, how do we get involved? We're basically saying anything goes. If it's good, it goes, it works. We'll find a way to make it work and make it happen. Typically, in terms of activities, it will be sort of workshops, seminars, things sort of that the Fun Fed do, those sorts of things will bring to life. We're doing a market stall. It could be launching a piece of policy around happiness or good, or talking to more people about the agenda and the sorts of things that you do as an organisation. It can be something really small or something huge. Either way will help you make it happen. And I'm not the research and monitor and evaluation expert by any means, but we'll be measuring the impact of good through a number of different means, partly social media metrics, but then also doing a number of surveys via partner channels to see how many people actually realised they were taking part in a good week via some of the activities that they were doing, and then compiling a good impact report to then share with partners, just to see sort of how people understand and relate to good as it happens. And as a final thought, this is one of our favourite images. I guess we'd encourage you to choose good and get off the train if it's too busy. Yeah, it is okay to get on the next one. I think I have an issue with trains. So we chose happiness, and we really, really are.
Yeah.
If you want to have a final word.
No, just to echo that really. I mean, I think that last quote was fantastic and exactly sums up how we feel. You know, we sort of sat there and worked a little bit from the problem in terms of, you know, we want to make life easier for ourselves, we want to do more good, we want to be happier, but we don't quite know how to do it. And without kind of, you know, making that connection and thinking, we'll begin with ourselves and we'll do something that we love and something that we enjoy, here we are. And hopefully that will help to spread the message. So yeah, thank you.